Hello people, I am JABY KOAY. A lot of people have been sending me messages and comments asking me to do a reaction to the Jersey trailer. 50% of those people feel like I've just ignored them or ignored the trailer altogether. It's not that, I've just been very busy. There's a lot of stuff that we plan out and we try to stay on top of that plan. And so I apologize to those of you who have been waiting a long time for this, but we are on top of it. I am doing this. I also apologize that I am doing this alone and not with anyone else. I know that you are used to having at least a Chara here or anyone else, but because of the timing, because I want to get this out earlier than later, I gotta do it alone. So, Jersey, the theatrical trailer starring Nani and SRINATH. It's written and directed by Gautam Tinanuri. Hopefully I said that sort of okay. And the music is by Anirudh Ravichandar. So here we go, let's check this out. Ooh, pretty. Confetti is so pretty and so difficult to clean up. Oh boy! Whoa, what's going on?
అసలు మళ్ళీ ఉద్యోగం చేసే ఉద్దేశం ఉందా లేదా?
కొంచెం డబ్బులు కావాలి.
ఎంత?
ఇప్పుడు నా దగ్గర కొంచెం టైట్గా ఉంది. 1 మంత్లో తిరిగి ఇచ్చేస్తా.
అయినా ఇప్పుడు అంత అర్జెంట్గా డబ్బులు ఎందుకు నీకు?
రేపు నా నీకు బర్త్డే. బట్ నన్ను ఎప్పుడు ఏం అడగలేదు సార్.
నీకు అవసరానికి మించి ఆశపడే కొడుకున్నా సంపాదించే పెళ్ళాం లేదు. నువ్వు ఇంతకు మించి దిగజారవన్న ప్రతిసారి యు ప్రూవ్ మీ రాంగ్.
చెప్పింది కరెక్ట్ సార్. నేను ఈ రోజు లోపల తప్ప బయట బతకలేదు.
నీ కాడాలని ఇక్కడ ఉన్నా ఫిజికల్గా కంప్లీట్ చేయలేదు.
10 ఏళ్ల క్రితం అయిపోయిన నా జీవితాన్ని మళ్ళీ మొదలు పెడతాను.
ఈజ్ 36 years old. ఇప్పుడు మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేసిన ఏం ఉపయోగం ఉంటుంది?
Oh damn! This is exciting. Comeback stories are the best, man. Comeback stories are the coolest. The underdog.
ఏం చేయమని చేస్తాను సార్, కానీ మళ్ళీ తొలగించుకోండి.
This is so cool. I'm for this. I'm totally for this. This is what made me so excited about Rocky Balboa.
వాడి దృష్టిలో నేను కొంచెం తగ్గిన తట్టుకోలేను.
That's cool. I'm with it. I'm totally into it. It's one thing to celebrate people who are in their prime and doing these amazing feats in terms of sports or anything else while they're in their prime. I mean, you see like these gymnasts who are like 14 years old pulling amazing feats. I want to see the person who's like 37 years old and like kind of opening up the rusty gates again and stretching and then going back into it and doing amazing things all over again. That's what's impressive. It's not as impressive to see a 15-year-old or someone in their early 20s doing amazing physical feats as it is to see someone who is close to 40 doing amazing physical feats. That's what's impressive. I knew a guy that I used to work with in casting who is formerly a bodybuilder. What I found interesting in talking to him is how much your body retains in terms of muscle memory. And so I totally believe in the possibility that this guy could totally get back into the game and do at least one good year before his body's like, okay, that was a cool experiment, but I think we're done with that. I think you gotta actually retire now and go get a different job. I'm totally for comeback stories. I think this is the coolest thing. Like I said during the reaction, I know you guys hate when I talk during the reaction, but I couldn't help myself. Rocky Balboa is a really, really fun story because I've watched all the Rocky films multiple times, and Rocky Balboa is one of the more interesting ones because it's about him coming back even though he's well outside of his prime. He's well past his prime, and yet he's coming back and he's fighting this younger guy just to prove it to himself more than anything else. And I think that's what's happening here. It's like, yeah, there's the money angle, but deep down, it's about proving it to yourself. That's the most essential part of this story. And he's also proving it to his son. He's trying to make his son proud of him. One of the things he mentioned there was that his son was the only person who hasn't judged him. He even got judged by his wife. Rightly so, because dude was stealing from her wallet. That's crazy. That's crazy to me that he was stealing from his own wife's wallet. I mean, can you imagine if you found your partner digging through your wallet or purse or whatever and taking money from you? I mean, like, how infuriated would you be? I would feel not only infuriated, but I'd also feel a lot of sadness that my partner felt like they had to do that. That, to me, I haven't seen that in a movie ever. Like, I can't think of a single film where I've ever seen that happen, where someone is stealing from their spouse, from their significant other. I've seen lots of times where a kid steals from their parents. Ninja Turtles, that's a great example. The first Ninja Turtles movie, there's a kid, freckled-faced, redhead kid, who steals from his dad, who's a bald-headed news producer. I've seen that a lot, that kind of thing. I haven't ever seen, oh, another example, True Lies. I remember seeing what's her name? Doesn't matter. But there's a daughter who steals from her dad. But never have I seen a spouse steal from his or her partner. That's crazy. And so that for me has a lot of emphasis and speaks volumes about the desperation that this guy is experiencing. What's also interesting is that he's doing this because he's trying to do, I mean, as far as my understanding of this, he's trying to do something special for his son. He's trying to just take care of his son. I grew up with a dad who, okay, I'm trying to phrase this delicately as possible. My dad was amazing in his prime. He had so much ambition and these huge dreams when he was younger and accomplished a lot of interesting things when he was younger. And then later on in life, he was trying to make his own comeback. And unfortunately for him, it didn't quite blossom the way he would have wanted, or the way he wanted to, rather. But there were people in his circle, including myself, who was, rooting for him, hoping that he would make that comeback and find himself again and become and fulfill, become the greatest version of himself, self-actualize. To see a story about this person who's doing that and not only has the desire to do it, but goes out there and actually tries and risks failure. Michael Jordan, after taking the Chicago Bulls to the championship over and over again, decided to try his hand at baseball, which is a huge risk. It's an incredible risk to try your hand at another sport and fail. You've carved out this monument for yourself, this status for yourself that is basically no one can challenge it because you're the best. And you decide to go, hey, let's try this other sport over here and see how failure looks. So this guy left the field, from what I understand, doing pretty well for himself, and so he's revisiting this sport he used to do 10 years later and potentially ruining, the thing is, people remember you for the last thing you did, is what I'm trying to say. This is kind of a weird, really bad example, but just to make my point, Bill Cosby had decades of love from people, and then everyone found out what Bill Cosby did, and he's sentenced, and now that's what he's remembered for. Not all the years of comedy, but that thing right there. To bring it back to something lighter, you set all these accomplishments for yourself, but like that last thing you do is often what people remember you most for. So this guy is risking his reputation to not only earn money again, but to find himself again. He's been away from the game for a while, but somewhere deep inside, it's still there. That fire is still there. It's still burning, and he's gotta fulfill that flame that's calling out to him like a moth to a flame. Hopefully it doesn't get burned up. I'm excited for this. This is really cool. I'm still blown away at that moment when he was stealing from his wife and his wife caught him. She caught him. Like, that's the worst. It's like, it's already bad that he's doing that. Then she catches him. Oh, man. That's so bad. This feels like such a great underdog story. I'm very excited by this. It looks like in the trailer, there's a coach here that he is revisiting, that he's trying to convince to help him get back to his A game, or at least something within proximity of the game he used to have, so that he can compete with all these youngins who are in their prime. Like, can you imagine? Your body's aching. I can't wait to see all the scenes of him being sore and not being able to keep up, and then surpassing all the young people, because that's what we want to watch. We want to watch him suffer a little bit, because that's what happens when you're old, and he builds up his tolerance to the pain again, he builds up his strength again, he builds up his skills again, and then he overtakes all the young people and shows them how it's done. Yeah, I want to see that. That's exciting. I'm super stoked to watch this movie. My excitement is kind of ridiculous, I know, but like I think that this is a great underdog story. I've seen at least a few sports films from India at this point, and they're usually about people in their prime. Specifically, MS Dhoni was one that I watched. I watched the documentary with Sachin Tendulkar, and both of those films, I may have watched other things, but I can't remember. But everything I've watched is about people in their prime, not about people trying to reclaim that former glory. Those are the people that inspire me the most, is those who don't give up on their dreams and at some point are able to finally seize it, finally able to achieve their goals that they've strived their whole life to achieve. In this instance, it's like it's something that he had and he gave up on and then he's going back to. Like, that's hard. That's just such a, I mean, I can totally imagine how difficult that is. It's easy to buy into this story, in my opinion. It's very, very easy to buy into the drama of the story. Going back to what I said earlier, I think that this is definitely a story that my dad would have liked. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. He's passed on about 5 years back. I remember growing up watching my dad struggle. And so seeing this story about this guy who's struggling to make ends meet, doing whatever he can to pay the bills, and then eventually going back to the thing that he was amazing at, it speaks to me on a deeper level. And I cannot wait to watch it. You guys, do let us know. Us? I'm by myself. You guys, do let me know what your feelings are on this trailer, your feelings on my feelings, in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we drop a new video. Also, check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, interviews. I am JABY KOAY. Peace out.